It is Jenna Collignon for Yale to start things out as the draw taker against Jolie Caramelli for Syracuse. And the first whistle will go Yale's way, and the Bulldogs will have this first possession of the game. They have only played good teams this year, so they're not quite near the top of the country in a lot of statistical categories, but you have to take it all with a grain of salt.
I was going to think that the first time.
Bulldogs on attack here. Swing to the top for Taylor Lane. She cuts in with it. Lane with room, and she scores. Good start for Yale as Taylor Lane deposits the first goal of the game, her 15th of the season.
One of the coaching adjustments that this Yale Bulldog team made was moving Taylor Lane to more of an attacking role. And this is why. I've loved her play all season. She's so fast, so quick, and so accurate with her shots, as we see right there.
But their run was stopped by Syracuse at the JMA Wireless Dome. It was a 19-9 final. Fallon Vaughn looks for an angle, gives it up for Collignon. Now Vaughn again, right down the middle. Vaughn all the way in, a lot of contact. And a whistle here against the Orange. Got 2 yellow cards in the first quarter, which really changed the way that day went. Both coaches acknowledged that. Vaughn down the middle, in on Guyette, and she scores. 2-0 start for Yale in the first minute, 55.
And this is just another reason Fallon Vaughn up for preseason All-American. I mean, you saw in the previous play how she's able to split dodge there to get the free position called, the shooting space called, and now she's able to finish the free position. And, you know, I like this. Kind of mix it up, right? Instead of a laser, she's just going to go over the top with a dunk.
Ward at X gives this one up. This is Caroline Trinkus, 24. She had the game-winning goal with just under 3 minutes left in the Orange triumph against Virginia on Saturday. Muchnick runs into a couple defenders and draws the whistle. Stout, as always, third in the country in scoring defense, 7.60 goals against per game. Muchnick fires and scores. Team leading 25th goal of the season for Emma Muchnick, the junior from Suffern, New York. And Syracuse gets on the board here.
And she loves this side winding shot here. Great spot on the free position. She's able to go in, and she fakes like she's going to go high. And we just see her all season long. A lot of times she just whips it from the side, and it's so hard as a goalie to then adjust to it.
Here's Fallon Vaughn once again. Down the middle. Took a little bump. Now it's Lane. Just over 5 minutes gone by here in the first. Carasquillo against Sam DeVito, and another save made by Guyette, and it's backed up just barely by Yale. You know, when Yale gets in games against the really high-level opponents, we don't see the attack unit change much, usually, but with some injuries, it does seem like they are going to rotate players in and out today, as we're going to have a foul called here against Syracuse. Jenna Collignon's not involved in the play. She and Superior Clark just standing next to each other. Here's Vaughn, direct shot, she scores. Second goal already for Fallon Vaughn, and Yale has a 3-1 early lead here at home. 8:44 to go first quarter, and the All-Americans stepping up early for the Bulldogs. Just over 6 to go first quarter. Vaughn with 2, Lane with 1 on the goal scoring for the Bulldogs so far. Taylor Lane off for Kiernan. Long shot. Guyette has it. Caroline Trinkus for Ward again. Syracuse very balanced with its goal scoring. Ward forced off. Sam DeVito to the middle. Shot stopped by Donadio.
What a save.
Whistle for a foul on Pascal. The Orange playing against this, Yale zone defense that's been so good the last couple of years, but Kayla Trainer wide open in front, and another goal for the Orange as Molly Guzik got completely free, and she makes this a 1-goal game.
And credit Ward with that dish there. She's so smart, high IQ, fakes one way, gets the defense to go, and then just wide open on the doorstep. And you're not going to see Syracuse miss 2 of those in a row.
Melina Cotter along for Muchnick now. At goal line extended, pass comes up top. And a whistle here for a foul against Yale as Cotter was bumped. Top 30 recruit in the most recent class has multiple points in 5 of the last 6 for the Orange. Cotter out of Canton, Michigan, had a hat trick against Virginia on Saturday. Cotter in on Donadio, and she ties the game. 3-3 with 1:23 to go in the first quarter.
Cotter set up at a great spot here for the free position. She can go straight into goal and really just use that acceleration, her speed, and put it up over Cami Donadio.
1 minute to go in the first quarter, tied at 3. Yale, the only team that's led so far. Ashley Newman coming out there, number 10 for Yale for the first time. Taylor Lane, quick shot, and she puts it past Guyette. So second goal for Lane, and I think, you know, Yale went a little quicker than the Orange expected there and caught him with a 4th goal of the quarter.
Hey, you talked about players stepping up. If Colignan's gonna be face guarded out and away from the goal mouth, Taylor Lane's the perfect person to step up, moving from midfield to attacker, and this is exactly why.
16th goal of the year for Lane, 81st of her career. She's 2 goals away from becoming just the 3rd player in program history with 150 goals and assists. 10 seconds to play in the quarter. This is where Syracuse loves to work. And they get another goal. Molly Guzik with her 2nd already. And that's Syracuse offense to a T.
Quick stick goal right there, and I feel like it was even mishandled. Not the exact goal that they want to have or contact, but it still goes in, just completely fools Cami Donadio. And now you bring in a new keeper of Pfaff. Just 2 different players puts Yale in a great position.
Shooting space call here on Syracuse as Vaughn made her move. 12-5 in shots, 8-5 in shots on goal in favor of the Bulldogs so far. Fallon Vaughn with 4 free position goals this season coming in. She has 1 today. And now Vaughn hits off the side of the net there, and a rebound is stopped by Guyette. So a couple stops there for Guyette. And Syracuse now, if they can clear, will have a chance to take its first lead of the day. Here's Muchnick, and she got hit up high there by Bella Saviano. So Syracuse able to move before Yale was really able to set up its defense. And Muchnick, who has a team-leading 8 free position goals this year, will have this opportunity. Just over a minute into the second quarter. Muchnick saved by Pfaff. I think it got her right in the mask, and the rebound came all the way out to Colignan.
Welcome to the game, Pfaff. Get right in it. And no adjustments from first quarter to second, so both coaches must be happy with this arrangement.
Here's Carasquillo. Gives it up for Lane. And now it is Newman at X. Carasquillo got hit up high there. That's a foul on Syracuse. We've not had a card yet in this game, and we won't have one here. Free position opportunity coming up for Carasquillo, who has to adjust the headgear.
And Carasquillo just got beat up this past weekend versus Princeton. I felt she was on the floor more than she was on her feet.
Carasquillo. She scores! First of the day for Sky Carasquillo, and Yale is back up by a goal.
That's the best way of revenge right there. You just get whacked in the head, set up, get your free position, go straight to goal, and score it to put it right back at them. That's the best way to get your revenge.
The All-American Ward, who is 3rd in the country among active players in career assists and 4th in points. Late shot clock. This is where Syracuse loves to run offense. It's really getting late now, though. Ward to the middle, and they score right at the buzzer. Ashley Volpe, with no time left on the shot clock, ties the game at 5.
Yale decides to bring the double team over on Ward in X, and that opens up the free player here, and just a quick stick goal.
And you just wonder about that, you know, Christine, when the player behind the net has the ball with 2 seconds on the shot clock. So that puts Clark back in the mix defensively and obviously takes Cotter out of it. So that's sort of the first adjustment we've seen. Superior Clark, a junior from Wyoming, Delaware. Shooting space call here against Syracuse.
Wide open.
So Caroline Burt will have the free position. Senior out of Newtown Square, Pennsylvania, has not played a lot this year. 2 goals, 1 assist in 5 games. Burt will pass out for Vaughn. Tons of room for Vaughn, who scores. That is way too much room for one of the best midfielders in America. A hat trick already for Fallon Vaughn, and Yale's back up a goal with 9:24 left in the second. Just past the midway point of our second quarter here at Reese Stadium. Carasquillo turns back over her left shoulder. Now it's Lane for Kitagawa. Gives it up. Wide open cutter, and Guyette made the stop on Kelly Holmes.
Great save there by Guyette.
6 minutes to play in the first half. Alexa Volkelman for Trinkus. You know, it's funny, Christine, after we watch Yale operate offensively, there's a cut to the net, and a shot is stopped by Pfaff. Comes below goal line extended. Newman up top for Vaughn. Back to even strength. Pass to the middle, got knocked down, and it's picked up by Guyette. So Syracuse gets the stop. A little bit of time left here if they want to use it. DeVito up ahead for Clark. 5 seconds left in the first half. Here come the Orange. One more chance right at the horn, and they're going to get the whistle with 0.6 of a second to go in the first half.
And I think Kayla Train is looking for a card. It was a high hit.
There is time here for Syracuse's leading goal scorer. Muchnick fires, saved by Pfaff. An exclamation point to finish the first half for Yale. So it looks like Syracuse is, at least on this first possession of the second half, going to play zone, and that'll allow Vaughn and Collignon to get back engaged offensively. So an adjustment here from Kayla Trainer. Cut to the middle. Vaughn with a quick goal. 4th of the day for Fallon Vaughn, and Yale has its largest lead.
This is what happens when you unleash the dogs. They're out of the cage. They're free. No more face guarding. Fallon Vaughn takes advantage of this. Just an ace cut down the middle with a wide open cage in front of her.
That is the first goal with an assist attached to it for Yale today. It was just a case of not having the ball enough in the first half.
And that comes to draw controls.
Not only that, which is 100% true, but also, as Ward gives this up in front, spin, saved by Pfaff. Caroline Trinkus robbed right on the doorstep.
Yeah, they've seen all the players. I just still think the big difference is Fallon Vaughn getting 2 yellows in the first quarter. You take away such a quality player like that, and as we've seen today, her impact with her being face guarded, she still has 4 goals.
I mean, Pascal called for the foul there, and now Emma Ward is going to come have a conversation with Ashley Volpe. One thing that Kayla Trainer said to us is that you know, since she stepped on campus back in 2021, Emma Ward's leadership has grown leaps and bounds. You can see her just talking with the young players before these free positions. Volpe gearing up for it. She's 1 for 1 this year on free position shots. Already a goal today for the sophomore from Painted Post, New York. Volpe, saved by Pfaff again. Not led the whole way. We've had ties, but Syracuse has not had a lead in this game. Fallon Vaughn splits the double. Lane picks up the loose one. Vaughn's open.
Ooh.
That's just wide. She got knocked over there, and there was a late whistle for a foul against Syracuse. How about 5 today for Vaughn if she scores here? Save made. That's a big stop by Guyette. And it wasn't just the idea that they were able to score in those situations. It was the idea that they were able to hold the ball for so long.
And we see Ward now out on the perimeter. So Syracuse giving a different offensive look.
Muchnick right down Main Street. She scores. Emma Muchnick with her second goal of the game. And this is back to a 2-goal differential. 7:08 left in the third. We've got a good one brewing here at Reese Stadium. Shots are 21-13 Orange in the game, 15-12. Yale the advantage in shots on goal. 7 Syracuse turnovers, 9 for Yale. Pass to the top. Quick shot stopped again by Pfaff. Ashley Volpe tried to go 5-hole and Pfaff shut it down again. First half and first couple possessions of the third. Here she is below the goal line once again, though. Vogelman with 10 seconds. Trinkus had the winner Saturday, and she's got a big goal here. Caroline Trinkus makes it 8-7.
This winds up being a very big goal for Syracuse. Yale putting down the stand for the past 3 times in a row, but those turnovers, you cannot give a top-ranked team this many opportunities at the goal because they are going to put it away.
Yale getting that ball moving quickly. They've sort of had the same attack unit throughout the day except for one player. They've rotated between Ashley Newman, Caroline Burt, and Megan Kitagawa. In front, Collignon completely uncovered, and she's on the board. Goals in 29 in a row for Jenna Collignon, and Yale goes back ahead by 2.
Collignon just playing a little cat and mouse in front of the goal. Getting Guyette to fake high, and then she goes low. Perfect execution by Collignon. First goal of the day for her. I mean, how are you going to win a ball game if you don't have the ball? And that's basically what's happening today.
Well, don't say that in front of Syracuse fans because their men's team this year became the first team since the face-off stat was tracked to lose 75 or to win 75% of face-offs in a game and lose. So Syracuse men's lacrosse fans have the answer to that.
I apologize.
Here's Collignon. Moves in. She scores! Shut out for 45 minutes. 2 goals in the first minute and 39 seconds of the fourth quarter for Jenna Collignon.
Collignon's like a dog being let out of the cage right now. She's finally free. She has the space and freedom to roam around. She's able to finish this one. And this is an easy finish for Collignon.
So an uncaused turnover there. And Syracuse gets the ball back, but Yale was able to run a couple minutes off the clock, and that's obviously something to watch here. Alexa Vogelman, quick pass in front, behind the back! Ashley Volpe, 10-8.
Showtime! And we've seen some Syracuse players do that these past few weeks. They love the behind the back pass. They love the behind the back shot. And this is Syracuse transition offense that keeps it moving, gets Yale on their back foot.
Not saying they won't take timeouts, but they'll have to give their teams a rest. Here's Lane for Kiernan. 5 minutes into the fourth. Carasquillo and the shooting space call against Syracuse.
This also kind of goes back. Are Calignan and Fallon Vaughn, are they rested from being face guarded and not doing much offensively in the first half?
Yeah, that's really an interesting point. Carasquillo, she scores! What a rifle! Second of the day for Sky Carasquillo.
Sky Carasquillo, you just knew at some point she was going to be getting another goal. She's just an integral part of this offense. And if you take away Fallon Vaughn, you take away Jenna Calignan, she's one of the ones that is going to step up, and she has to be, you have to know where she is on the field at all times. One thing's for sure, goals are tough to come by today from both defenses and both goalies.
Carasquillo gives this to Lane. Pass to the middle. Vaughn, what a play! A full handful for Fallon Vaughn today, and Yale has its largest lead.
Such athleticism coming through. This ace cut coming through the middle, having that much control with the defender right on her, still able to slam dunk it over the goalie.
Well, a mistake there as Carasquillo just kind of got eaten by the turf monster, and Syracuse gets a free possession. Can they go quickly again? There's still plenty of time to work here, and they cut into the deficit very quickly. It's Ashley Volpe once again. It's 12-9, and Volpe becomes the first Syracuse player with a hat trick today. It's her first career hat trick.
And Syracuse is not done by any means, and it's this transition. They were able to gain so much field space with no Yale player picking them up, gets them into that offensive third, and they're able to finish.
And now they can bring this back to a 2-goal game. They're trying to operate before Yale can set up its defense. It's worked twice in a row. Here is Emma Ward, defended by Bellissimo, gives it up. Muchnick, where did that go? It stopped. Muchnick threw her hands up like it went over the goal line. Fallon Vaughn gives it up. Calignan. Taylor Lane to the middle. Calignan, she's got a hat trick. Senior Day's not for a couple weeks here in New Haven, but today has felt like Senior Day with the games of Vaughn, Lane, Carasquillo, and Jenna Calignan.
Her placement with the ball is just immaculate. She's able to finish in the tightest spots, and she's able to have such stick control.
Somebody with 23 goals this year and 148 in her career.
And you would think against the zone defense, you would keep her out.
Cut to the middle, saved by Pfaff. Muchnick had it shut down, battle for the loose one, and a whistle's gonna give it to Yale. I'm not sure that makes a ton of sense. 12 to shoot here, comes to the top for Carasquillo. Gets downhill, save made, a big one from Guyette. So Yale runs 84 seconds. Emma Ward. The Yale zone hard to penetrate. Top 5 scoring defense in the country. Guzik, Volpe down the middle, missed wide. Back up goes to Syracuse. There was a foul though. A late foul called. Volpe has the last 2 goals for the Orange, and she'll have this opportunity. The sophomore scores. First career hat trick has turned into the first career 4-goal game for Volpe.
And this is just a laser out of her stick. I mean, just puts it top shelf.
You know, that's a player you have to be so happy for, Christine. She missed all of her freshman year after having a third ACL surgery. And this is going to be a massive, massive win for Yale over the 6th-ranked team in the country. And it's revenge, obviously, for that NCAA quarterfinal last year. Ashley Newman with 10 seconds. Newman running with it to the corner. 13-10 is the final. Yale gets back to its winning ways